Okay, we got a couple from Eric Blake here. Let's see. We'll take with the one of the most ratings right now. Simple question. How the heck do we fight the trend of Californian lefties and others moving to red states and turning them blue? We complain about it all the time, but how do we fight it? Or is it hopeless? I don't know. I don't know. Ruining California is something that I'm living with, and it's something that is tolerable only because it's self-inflicted. But when I see Texas becoming a battleground state because so many liberals who have ruined California have now moved to Texas or whatever, this is a genuine concern. You're not allowed to shoot them. I already checked on it. It's against the law, apparently. So all I can tell you is my hope is that California is so far ahead of the country in terms of heading off of this progressive cliff that I think the only thing that will stop happening, what you're saying is happening, is either the conservatives and the Republican Party figure out how to make a political message and sell freedom to people. I don't know why this is impossible, but they certainly don't seem to be able to. But I think the only real life solution is for California to utterly collapse economically. And not just economically either. Like the rule of law, the whole thing just needs to just go down. It just needs to just plain fail. And it's got to fail. It will fail here before it fails in Texas or Iowa or anywhere else. Of all the things that I despise about progressives, this is the number one thing. Our policies are so toxic, we now have to leave this beautiful state. We're going to go someplace else that's working, and now we're going to make sure it doesn't work either. It's a mental illness. It really is. It's a mental illness. Because you can't say that this is Iowa and you're not allowed to move here. It'd be nice if you could. This is why I wish California would secede from the Union. I really do. I wish it would secede, and if it secedes, then all of the liberals around the country would move to California, which would be the progressive capital of the world. All the conservatives would move out. I may stick around because if you're a volcanologist, you got to live under the volcano. But in any event, California should just secede, and then you'd have two countries that you can compare. And I'd go the other way too. I'd say either Texas secedes or Iowa, Idaho. I don't care. You take one state out of the Union, fill it with American conservatives, and I'm moving there. Now, just because California goes liberal doesn't mean I'm going to move out. But if there was an actual free conservative state, I would move there. And as much as I love Texas, Austin is damn near as bad as Berkeley. So, look, all of this progressivism is simply, it is a waste product of prosperity and security. And as long as we have prosperity and security, we're going to have more and more and more people who take them for granted. And as long as they take them for granted, they're going to get weaker. And then eventually some enormous catastrophe is going to happen. And then all of this inverted reasoning will look as insane as it actually is. I've said before, if you live in California, if you're a barista at a Starbucks and you feel like you can make your crops grow by meditating about indigo auras over the crops, and that by thinking about the indigo aura you're going to make your crops grow faster, you can do that. If you're a barista at Starbucks, you can believe in that method of farming. But if you're actually farming, especially if you're farming and you need the food for your own self, you don't have that luxury. You have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning and working your ass off. So you can afford to be stupid here. And the nicer it is and the richer it is and the safer it is, the more stupid you can be. This is my personal hell, is watching things fall apart and knowing why they're falling apart.